Welcome back, Masters. My ladies NIJISANJI and Denauth's coolest maid ever, Klara Charmwood at your service. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the wide, wide world. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for waiting. Let me do the very non-human-like thing of setting up my face again. Okay. Hello everyone, thank y'all for waiting. I just woke up a bit ago, had a little tummy ache, went to the toilet and freshened up. So now we're good to go for stream and we're ready to be productive. Am I ready to be productive? I don't know. I have not studied in forever. Hope the tummy's doing good. The tummy is doing okay. Very fresh and clean maid right now. 今さっき起きてばっかりでちゃんと顔とか洗いました。Freshened up very, very nicely. I feel a tiny bit more awake. Hopefully I can study for like, an hour and a half or so. And yeah, today's one of those streams where, we're gonna take it a bit easy. Just spend some time together. Just try to be productive together, study together, do work together. It's not gonna be like a very ASMR-ish stream. I'm probably just gonna be talking most of the time as well. Well, not for like the entire duration. Not like, directly talking with kochamas, right? But mumbling what I'm studying about to myself for everyone to hear. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, there's a lot of studying that needs to be done. I opened up what I was gonna study and they started with radicals. Oh boy, radicals. Radicals. I think I've mentioned this before too, but I have never properly officially studied Japanese ever. So this time for sure I'm gonna lock in. Gonna lock in and actually study. That's rad. Yep, radicals are pretty rad. Verbalizing what I read study helps. Yeah, I think so too. And I've mentioned this a few times before, but I really think shadowing is a really, really good way to practice your speaking or, just a language in general. And I think that, while it isn't exactly shadowing in the sense of following what someone else is saying, I do think that reading things and trying to comprehend whatever you are reading, that's gonna help in a way. So that's what I will be doing. So I am so sorry for any masters, my ladies, who are looking for like a very pure, hardcore, focus only ASMR kind of stream. This one's more of like a, kochamas who have to do some work or kochamas who need to study and a Klara Charmwood who has to study are gonna enjoy this time together. You know how it feels a little less draining if you're studying with someone compared to just studying by yourself? Like, sure, I do think that sometimes, when you study by yourself, you get things done a lot better. But I think doing it this way is kind of nice as well. And that's what we will be doing. The room is not perfect yet. The gogh room that I made, it's not perfect yet, but it looks comfy. Kinda, I think it does look comfy. The studying Gogma's attack pattern sound. Yeah, I mean, honestly, any kind of studying. I do think studying how to be better at a game is also studying, no? I would say so. Yeah. I think it's really impressive. You have such a high level of Japanese without ever learning from. Like, thank you. That's the power of being otaku. That's the power of being otaku. The room with the best computers. Oh, that's right. I set up the room in a Membies. So for anyone who hasn't seen it, yeah. Well, I mean, anyone that's not a member has not seen it. That's true as well. But yeah, we have very nicely set up workspace, a very comfortable room. with lots of little secret teasers here and there that will come out. I'm not gonna tell all of you what they're for, but they will come out. But you know, they're like a little teaser, okay, for all the people who are working hard with me today. So yeah, I guess we'll just do like a nice Pomodoro timer, 5 minutes, 3 rounds of that. And that's honestly pretty good in my book too. I think putting in some time to study every day is very nice. Non-members will see the teasers. Well, for the members, you all got like the super close up and you know the detail behind the scenes, you know. And also the wallpaper. I really need to upload that. I keep doing work. I'm like, yeah, this is something I'll do once I'm finished with work, and I never end up finishing work. So I never end up finishing work because work is never ending. Let me actually remember to do that after this stream. Let me upload the Membi's wallpaper for the month after this stream, okay? じゃあ今日の、ゴッホの配信はまあ、ASMR 配信などそういうのじゃなくて、ただ本当にクララが日本語の勉強してこっそりね、こっそりじゃないよまあ自分と喋ってるような感じで、おーそっかこんな感じ、これはこうねみたいな感じなんで、ASMR じゃないんですけれど、もしよかったらね一緒にね、お仕事もまあ宿題もなんかの勉強も一緒にやりましょう。Yeah, let's have like a productive study stream, work along stream together, masters, my ladies. Alright, では行きますか。お絵描きもできるからね。I set up a lot of little boards where you know you can doodle and draw. Is that you know make sure there's space for other people as well. You know, always practice mindfulness. お絵描きできるスポットもいっぱい設置したので、もしよかったらぜひ。Yeah, for anyone that's just doodling as well, just drawing as well, you know that's being productive in my eyes too. Art is very precious. You know, it takes time and effort. So if you want to drop by, and you know you just wanna do your little own doodling. Thank you to all fan artists out there. You are our lifeline. All artists out there, creators are our lifeline, okay? So yeah, do drop by and you know we will have a productive time together. Now Goyeta will just be on the stream. That's okay too. You know, you don't have to be in the room physically is what I wanted to say, but digitally. To be productive, we can still all be productive together. よし、では行きますか。Alright, let's refresh chat for a bit. Okay. Alright, and what I do now is I click into the game, turn the music on. Hi. Let me know if it's too loud or too soft or anything like that. Also, that little like bean thing became this. I don't know what they are, but they have a very fabulous hairstyle. They have a very fabulous hairstyle and it looks kind of cool. Okay, so I'll grab this code. Multiplayer room ID copy. It evolved probably while I just left it running there when I was trying to decorate the room or something. Okay. で、これですね。And I will pin. Yes, let me pin. There we go. Is the stream okay? 大丈夫？配信大丈夫？配信止まってない？ Is the stream okay? I've been, you know, very non-human-like words to say, but I've been really laggy recently. I thought it was yesterday's game, but oh, is it better today? Oh no, it's still a teeny tiny bit. Yeah, by the way, Klara, sorry for asking, but do you attend a courses tutor or do you learn Japanese on your own? Yeah, as I've said before, I've never studied the language properly, so I've never really attended courses or had tutors. What I do is just be a otaku and just yeah, basically that's it. It's the power of being an otaku that has gotten me this far. being a weeb has gotten me this far. Weeb is not a mean term, right? I look upon it very fondly. I think, I mean, I'm using it to describe myself right now. I mean, it's in a positive note, So, I just tried to zoom out on OBS preview. Okay. Alright. There we go. ほら、見て。ちゃんとね。Okay, this is the most coveted seat here. There we go. There we go. Alright. I hope I get it. Well, we have like a whole 16 spaces available. Well, we only have 8 chairs, but there are a lot of other seats around. If you'd like to just hang around and we can all be productive together, yeah, that'll be really, really nice. No, I miss Pijama. People want to sit more at the Papango's Chama table than with Klara Charmwood. Excuse me? なんかクララと一緒に座るんじゃなくて、なんかパパンゴスちゃんはモニターを欲しがってる人の方が多い？ん？あれ？あれ？ Is Papango's Chama more popular than Klara? Is Papango's Chama more popular? It's Papango's Chama Klara. What does that mean? What do you mean by that? What does that mean? But yeah, there are a lot of spaces to doodle around us all. We have the whiteboard. We have more canvas boards here. We have a blackboard behind here. We have lots of food. Because food? Yeah, food? Food. And we have instruments because I did not know what else to fill the place up with. I think we need more plushie variations. ちなみにね、これクララのエレクトリックアコギと全く同じデザインです。I think that's like how most electric guitars work. Well, I mean, electric acoustic guitars work or look. Yeah, mine looks exactly the same as well. よいしょよいしょ。Alright. Hey Klara, should we show the non-members the wallpapers? Well, it's a little treat for the people who are coming in today to work hard. I think majority of the screen is just gonna be like this for most of the time. Members are the only ones to get like a super close up in the detail behind the scenes, like little zoomies. And that's how it works, That's how it works, okay? So many chickens? There's not that many. It's only like 2 of them. There's only like 2 of them, okay? Alright, well then. We're actually gonna start studying. It's kind of scary. When was the last time I studied? I'm gonna drink some water real quick. 飲みますね。Yoicha. Okay. Big splat of teal. I just mix like big and teal together. No, that's absolutely fine. I think color is nice. All right. I am going to start the timer. 25 minutes of focusing and 5 minutes of break for 3 sessions. No, that's honestly pretty good, like productive time for a day, no? For like studying or anything like that, really. Okay. Time for me to open up my I just closed it. I just closed it. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna open it up. Cleared all the apps and then I closed it by accident. Alright. Let me go back in. I have to do the radicals from the start again. またラディカルからはい Go to your lessons. Okay. じゃあ行きますね。勉強始めますね、クララは。行くね。はい。兄ちゃん。 I've been out of school for so long, I don't think I remember how to study. Well, in that case, I should remember how to study. I will try my best. Okay. Do let me know as well if the music is too loud or too soft or anything like that as well. 音楽ね、音量調整必要であればぜひ教えてくださいませ。はい。以上。いきます。Let's go. Okay. Alright, this radical consists of a single horizontal stroke. What's the biggest single horizontal? That's the ground. Okay. はいはい。1、2、上。Yeah, that's like the lower radical. I see. Okay. Alright, the next radical is... This radical is shaped like a barb. Kind of like the barb you'd see on a barbed fishing hook. Okay. Alright. Imagine that thing getting stuck in your arm or something. Oh, that's not very nice. Not exactly pleasant. That's true. Say out loud. Oh, dang, I got a barb stuck in me. Alright, relax. It's only a little barb. This is going great. Okay. So we have the ground. We have a barb. The study is so rad. It really is. Yeah. For anyone who is studying Japanese, the barb is like, you know, the middle part of like sai no sai. It's like the one that goes straight down in the middle and kind of has a little pointy end. So. Hanryo no ryo ne? It's the lower part. Alright. Hi. And what's this next? Fins. この歯のラディカル The writing in this app's really cute. What's a pair of disembodied fins doing here? Some fish must have left them here by accident. It does kind of look like a fin. Really missing these fins right about now. Hi. あ、そのまま歯ですね。Ah, that's true. Now, when you break kanji down into lots of different parts and just remember the radicals, more often than not, you can kinda, you know, tell what the word means, what the kanji means, even if you've never seen it before. So I think this probably would make really good studying from like the basics of the foundations, right? Hi. Alright, I see. こう、なんか公務員のこの上のラディカル、はい、歯みたいなのね。Also used for like the bottom part of 6. Alright, this little drop, this 10. Okay, this radical is a drop, maybe of water or some other liquid. Sometimes radicals in kanji will have more than one drop in them, but don't let that throw you off. Okay, this one just like a little line. Sometimes I don't know how to read the kanji but know the meaning. Yeah, if you actually try to break things down by the parts, you can actually understand what they're saying without actually being able to read the word itself. And that's really good. So, you know, this is honestly good practice. I hope whatever I'm reading out loud is able to help someone out there too. Yeah, this current radical is like for tama, dama, the bottom right part, that little drop there, that little line there. Or like for maru, that's like the stroke that goes across. Like kori, instead of just mizu, kanji for water. Like the little thing that comes on top on the left side that turns it into ice instead of water. Alright, what's this? A slide. Close your eyes and imagine you're a kid again. Now open them and look, it's a slide. That's cute. Imagine little you sliding down the slide over and over, having a great time. Imagination plus emotion makes for good memorization. I do agree. I think the reason why my Japanese is fluent enough at this level, even though I haven't properly studied it, is because I had a lot of fun doing all of like my shadowing stuff and studying, well, not really studying, but like mimicking what all of my favorite seiyus and characters were saying as a kid. Okay. I see, I see. Hi, hi, hi. You see where the radical fits in the kanji. It's like the little slide, so it's a curved part. 久しぶりの日のに出るところですね。ふむふむ。I see, I see. はいはいはい。昼の左上のところ。Like the top left of 昼。はい。Alright. That's the end of the radical lesson. Okay. Radical name. What is your response? This is the ground one. This is used for like 位置とか上の下の部分とか。はい。Next. This one is hachi. This one is the fins. はい。And this one is the barb. はい。次。This one is the drop. Okay. And this one is the slide. はい。天才クララ。Well, that was just the basics of the basics. Alright. Okay. The items you have just finished quizzing on have been moved to your review queue. What would you like to do now? Another batch, please. Tsugi, kudasai. Hi. Oh no, there's more radicals. You know what? Radicals are pretty important, you know? Alright, what is this next one? Okay. One line plus another line equals two lines. Radical represents the number 2. Pretty simple. Yeah, okay. Well, that's easy enough to remember. The ground one was just ichi. This one is just 2 lines across. Hi. Hi, hi. Okay. This is just 2. Okay, what is this next radical? It's a lid. It's a lid. It's a horizontal line across that just has one like shorter vertical line in the middle. Looks like something you would put on a kettle or a pot. That's a little handle to make sure you don't burn yourself. This is some kind of lid. What is this used for? Ah, ne? そういうこと? Okay. I feel like even I'm learning new things. I was learning radicals. Yeah, I figured it's time for me to properly learn Japanese. We're starting with the basics. This lid radical is it's used in roku, and it's also used in like the middle part of the en emoji. Emoji じゃないわ. The en kanji. Well, I mean, if there is an yen emoji, it would probably still be there too. But yeah, the top of 6 and the top of, not the top, the middle part of yen. 6の上の部分、円の漢字の真ん中の部分ですね。はいはいはい。The top of city, 都市の上. So this is the lid, okay. Alright, what's next? This is big. It's just a 大きいの漢字. This radical looks just like a stick figure. More specifically, a really big guy with his arms stretched out nice and big. When you see this radical, just think big because this guy's really big. You know, the way all of the radicals are being described makes it really easy to remember, actually. Yeah, likening it to things that we see on daily basis and all that stuff, or just yeah, connecting it to something fun, positive emotions makes things easy to remember. So this is just the big radical. It's basically the kanji for big. Hi. Humu. All right. And radicals are just straight up the kanji themselves too. It's the next one as well. You know, we had big and now we have person. Hito, nin. This is a person. Cute. You're standing with your arms down at your sides and your legs spread out, which kind of makes them look like a torso with a pair of legs. That's a way to describe it. Think of hito. That's highlighting the bipedal nature of people. Walking on two legs, probably a person. Are there any animals that walk on two legs? Alright, hito. はい、ないの中ね。い。Okay. Okay, that's alright. Ah, this one. 入るの. It's the one that's it looks like the kanji for hito, but there's a little line across at the top that goes to the left side. And this is like the kanji, the first kanji for 入る. So like just a radical for enter. Okay. Birds walk on two legs. I was more so thinking about like mammals, but yes, I suppose birds do walk on two legs. Hello, Miss Klara. Hello. Thank you for coming. We're all just trying to be productive today. Watch out. This isn't the person radical. What's the difference? The right side is longer than the left. It also has an extra part sticking out at the top. It kind of looks like a person lowering their head to go inside a tent or something. That's why this radical is enter. Hi. Okay. So this, it's like the radical for enter. The radical for 久しぶりの日? Okay. Oh no, it's quiz time. Alright. Okay. The mammals don't even have legs precisely. Alright, this is big. This is 2. This is the lid. This is to enter. This is person. Okay. Oh, that's 2 batches of radicals. Kinda done, kinda memorized. I hope that this is helping someone out there, anyone out there as well. In any way, if you're studying Japanese, if you're English, if you have any questions as well, then you want to ask me if it's something I can answer, then feel free to, alright, masters, my ladies? Aight, another batch. Okay. Oh! The radical for a power. Hi. Imagine a guy flexing his arm downward to show off his very strong arm. It's huge, it's so full of power. Roar. It's what this app is telling me, so I can remember this. Okay. Well, that's true. Kangaroos are. Okay. ではもう力の漢字ですね。Radical. Alright. から、it's also on the right side for 助けるの。はい。価値の右下の部分。ふむ。Okay, this is the radical for power. Okay. よいしょ。Miura-sama, thank you very much for joining the members. I hope you have a great time here. いらっしゃい。Studying German, so I'm not sure how useful it will be. I mean, for anyone that's studying Japanese out there, I know we have quite a few kochamas who actually do that too. Okay. Alright, so this is power. What's next? Oh! The radical for prison. Okay. Alright, this looks like an enclosure of sorts. That's why it's a prison. Okay. What's your current Japanese level? Well, as I've mentioned before, I have not properly ever studied Japanese before, so I do not have any of the Japanese proficiency level certifications. I just speak it here and there because I was a weeb that liked seiyus and anime. And that's why I'm studying properly right now. Alright. This is the radical for a prison. Any prisoner curled up inside, staring off into space, completely convinced that they're trapped. Ironically, the prison is wide open. They're just so consumed with self-pity that they haven't realized they've been free to leave all along. Alright, you haven't passed the JP test? Not at all. I've never even taken it before. I've never taken any of the GLPT tests at all. Your speaking is great, though. Thank you. That makes me happy. そうですね。まあ、よくね、JP とかから書かれていますけれど、クララはちゃんとね、日本語を勉強したことないので、JLPT も一切やったことないんですよ、実は。まあ、だからこそ今はちゃんと勉強しておりますので。Alright, prison. Okay. Ah, I see. It's like the lower part of the number kanji. はいはいはい。負けるの負けの上の部分ですね。Like the top part of the lose kanji to 負ける。はいはい。Okay. よいしょ。How about reading kanji? I have a very difficult time doing that. And that's what I'm slowly building up towards right now. At first, we're starting with the radicals. Then we'll build up to actual kanji eventually. Alright, this next radical is just 口ですね. Like a little box. Big gaping square hole represents someone opening their giant mouth to tell you something stupid. ふむふむ、はい。難しいですね。いや、本当にね。口、右、4. Those are, at least this one is a little easy to remember. Okay. そして、this is the radical for women. 女の radical. The radical looks like a woman curtsying. That's a very good way to describe it. I've never looked at it like that before. Being able to visualize radicals in different like images is actually really useful, huh? Okay. Another way to think of it could be as two stacked X's. That's true. They do look like two little, the alphabet X just stuck together. Since women generally have XX chromosomes. Radical vision. よいしょ. I don't speak Japanese, Klara Charmwood. No, well, I mean, I do think I have some fluency in the language, but I really think, it's nothing to hide. It's a fact that I have just never studied it before. I'm just being very truthful and honest about it. I still don't think I'm nearwhere. Oh my gosh, English. It's my first language, I promise. I still think I'm nowhere near being, like considered fluent. I do think I have some fluency when it comes to speaking, but that really is about it. And maybe just reading the basics of the basics. And it's really not just me trying to be humble or anything like that. That's well, there's the facts laid out bare as it is. Alright, so this radical for women. It's also used as the kanji for women. It's used on the bottom part of to relax. So anshin, the bottom part. Like on the left side for like imoto, younger sister. Hi. Okay. And this next radical is nana. Nana desu ne. What does this radical look like? Nothing much. If you turn it upside down, it looks like a 7 with a line going across. That's true. That's true. I guess that is a way to remember kanji or, radicals in this case as well. If you can't really liken it to an image that's easy to remember, just flip it around until you find an image that's easy to remember for you. That is a pretty good tip. My JP is really basic and sound really fluent to me when you speak. Thank you. I do think I sound decently fluent as well. Like I said, I'm not gonna deny it. I do think I have some fluency. I just have never properly studied ever in my life before. And that's why we're doing it now. Alright, the radical for 7. Hi, hi. And it's also just as it is a kanji for 7 as well. You should remember Roku Nana together. You won't forget it. It's okay. I'm good. I've already memorized those before Roku Nana was a thing, so I don't have to remember it as Roku Nana. Thank you. All right. Oh, it's quiz time. Okay. This is the radical for prison. Hi. This is the radical for mouth. Kuchi. Alright, this is the radical for power. Chikara. This is the radical for 7. I almost wrote nana in there. There we go. English 7. And this is the radical for women. Hi. Oh. Is that the end of the radicals? Study streak 1 day. Study streak 1 day. For anyone that's curious about the app or the website that I'm using right now, it's called Wanikani. It's really useful. Well, it's a paid service, but from what I've looked through and just what I've studied for the past 20 minutes or so, I think for anyone that's really serious about actually studying the language, studying Japanese, it is an app, a website that I would strongly recommend as well. It's got Wani Kani ですね. Hi. Today's lessons. You've done your recommended lessons, or do you do more at your own? Ganbatte. I got like a little stamp that said you've worked hard. ラディカルの勉強して頑張ったねのスタンプもらっちゃった。嬉しい。Alright. Well, I'm gonna be studying more though. Okay. Well, there should be more radicals. I think I'm just gonna do more of those. Advanced. Okay, level 1 radicals. Okay. Radicals are so scary because what do you mean there are levels to them? Level 1 to 10, pleasant. Levels 11 to 20, painful. Levels 21 to 30, death. Levels 31 to 40, hell. Levels 41 to 50, paradise. Levels 51 to 60, reality. What about the ones we just did? They were like level 0. They were level 0. Oh boy. Well, the path to mastering the Japanese language is a long and arduous one. I think it's really funny that reality is the last one too. But yeah, there are different categories. It's split to radicals, and then you have kanji, and then you have a vocabulary, and they're all split into those different levels as well. Pleasant, painful, death, hell, paradise, reality. One day we will get to reality. For now, Maid is still in the 2D plane, but one day we'll get to reality. One day we'll get to reality. All right. Okay. Alright, level 1 of radicals. Ikimasu. Level 1. It's like 10 of them. Alright, this first one is a cross. It's literally just a cross. It's 2 lines going across of each other. Hi. Riaru sugiru. Riaru desu ne, kore wa. It just goes on. Yeah. I was proud of myself. I was like, oh, they gave me a little ganbatta ne stamp. They gave me a little you worked hard stamp. And it was like level 0. It was like the starter course. Like, yeah, good job for trying to attempt to pick up the Japanese language. Well, that is fine. Okay, this is the cross radical. It's also the kanji for 10, basically 10. あ、申し訳ないの、もうの最初のところね。その10のラディカルなんで。Also the bottom part of 早 or like 朝のね、漢字。はいはい。Okay. 一応。And the next. Oh! It's break time! Just gonna start another round. How is everyone doing? Have you all been productive? I know I've just been yapping on and on. I wonder if anyone found that even remotely useful because I'm not able to show what I'm studying on screen. I hope that was useful to some extent. Was everyone being productive? Were y'all able to be productive, masters, my ladies? Yep, still working. Hey, it's break time. You know, take your 5-minute break, okay? Well, in this case, it's like 4 minutes or so left, but it just makes me scared. Half done with my sketch? Nice, nice. What are you sketching? いいね。って、あれ？シンプレクティック様？って何？ Productive and sleepy. That's basically me as well. That's me as well. Mandated break. That's right, everyone. Take your breaks right now. Put the pen down, put the book down, put your work down. Rest for that 5 minutes, you know? Let your brain absorb whatever you're doing or let your hand rest, okay? I've been listening to you. I don't know if it's useful, but it's been interesting listening to you. I'm just chilling. That's good. For birthday art? When's birthday? But anyways, happy birthday. Birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Working hard for a birthday. That's, honestly, that's kind of nice. I like it when I work hard and give myself a good reward after that, too. Nice feeling of accomplishment for finishing some, good art or just finishing a round of a nice studying. Alright, hydration check as well, masters. My ladies, 水飲みましょうね。一応。よいしょ。最近寒いって思ってるのはクララだけなのかな。いや、いつもね、もう鼻がもう、超ね、もうカオスになっております、クララは。ずっと鼻水がね、止まらないんですよ。いつもちゃんとミュートをね、確認してから、ね、鼻かんしておりますけれども、ずっとね、もうカオスになってるんですよ、クララは。大丈夫なんかな。クララだけ寒いって思ってるの。寒くないんですか？寒くないんですか最近って。And recently I've been feeling pretty cold and my nose is always very runny. Well, I've learned my lesson and I have been checking my mute button each time before I do blow my nose, but everyone make sure to keep warm and take care. 寒い。そこ、そうですよね。めっちゃ寒いです。そうですよね。いや、クララ、無理。まあでも、正直言って、夏よりはクララはね、もうこっちの方が好き。もう夏だとね、外行ったらもう、ね、1分だけでもう無理。帰りたくなっちゃう。スーパー行くだけでもね、無理。Maybe buy a heater if it's too cold for you. It's well, I do have my AC working. It's still just kind of chilly though. It's there's a bit of like a cold front going on here and there in the world too. So even in the digital world, and the maid gets affected too. 夏はやばすぎ。そうですよね。いや、夏ね、一番嫌なのが、メイクがすぐ溶けちゃうということで。 いや、どんなにね、まあ、いい感じにセッティングスプレーね、パウダー、なんでもね、使っても、結局ね、落ちちゃうんですよ、メイクが。あれが嫌なんです。あんなに頑張った可愛くなってメイクなんだけど、まあね、ガールフレンズと出るときに毎回ね、皆さんはクララと一緒にトイレでメイク直してるんですよ。冬はそんな心配ないから最高。うん。Oh, alright, well, time to study again. Okay, いきます。The first radical we had just now was the radical for 10. This next one is yama. Yama. This is a mountain. Oh, I've never kind of looked at it that way. I mean, I recognize the radical and the kanji as mountain itself, but never kind of visualized it to look like a mountain. That's kind of cool. Gamba arigato. 一緒に頑張りましょう、皆様。OK。ふむふむ。よいしょ。皆様何してるんだろうね。Sketching. パズルゲーム。Building for a gogh. That's very important. Working remotely, editing. Cooking lunch. いいね。何作ってるランチ。クララ分あるランチ。いつもね、ご飯ちょうだいっていうメイドさん、どうなってるんだろうね。メイドでしょ。自分のご飯くらい作れ、クララ。Alright, this is the radical for a mountain. Also very, well, often seen in 出るので、Also in the middle part of 両方。次。This is the radical for a river. 川。はい。Radical already looks like a river. Kinda does. The lines represent the flow of the river. There's even a slight bend in this river. So when you see this radical, you should think river. はい。よしよし。クラさんの分はないよ。なんでそんなにね、嬉しそうに言うんだろうね。なんでそんなにね、ないよみたいな嬉しい感じで言ってるんですか？クララも頑張ってるんですよ、これ。どういうことなんですか、これは。クラさんの分、ないよって。心折れそう。いいよ。あとでクララね、一人なんか美味しいの、カチョウ、北京ダックとかね。買うよ、クララは。一人で食べるよ、一人で。Alright. Radical for a river. It says this the kanji for river, so kawa. Also used in state, which I actually do not know how to read this kanji. Also used for the kanji for a stream. Like stream is in the river stream, not like a Haishin stream, okay? Alright, the next one is the radical for a tree. Ki ですね. Okay, if you put it that way, it does kind of look like a tree. You see the tree here, it has branches and it has a foliage coming down diagonally from it. Spreading out like a tree would. That's why this radical is a tree. Hi. Kanji example, そのまま tree, 休む, and 村 village. Okay. 次は the radical for construction. Putting names to radicals are pretty important. I've never thought about this that way. I've never known what this radical was. I mean, I just know what it is, but I've never like actually, thought of what it would be called. Yeah, it's the radical for construction. Now those big steel girders that are used for the frame of big buildings. It's like the end of one of those and has a very distinct shape, just like this radical. For the people who don't know what this is, it's basically two horizontal lines with one vertical line in the middle connecting the two. So this is the radical for construction. Only thing is, you use these girders to put together buildings, just like you're going to use this radical to put together kanji. Oh boy, it's scary. それ. Yep, it's that one. Radical for construction. Also used in hidari, also used in sora の下の部分ですね。Construction, okay. Remember this. Alright. Oh no, it's quiz time! This is radical for river, not rover, Klara, not rover. There we go, river. Hi. This is the radical for cross, これ10ですね。This is the radical for yama, mountain. I have a mountain plushie as well that I'm hugging right now. ニコくんらしのバレンタイン22、3年のバレンタイン山さんのぬいぐるみ今ハグしてる。This is the radical for tree. いいですね。And this is the radical for construction. Okay. Okay. Thankfully, that went kind of smoothly. Alright. 次いきます。Another batch, please. はい。よいしょ。This is a radical for 9. 9ですね。ふむふむ。Look at this radical in just the right way. You'll notice that it kind of looks like the letters N and I. The I comes with a little flippy upstroke on the right side. That's kind of cute. Okay. Also, I just realized, but I'm like drawing on like type instead, Klara. Dude. これなんかずっと何かポーズ変えれないんですかポーズって。Can I not change the pose? I'm like writing on my laptop. You know, maybe it's one of those like tablets where it connects to like a keyboard or something, right? Yeah. We'll leave it as that, you know. High tech. We're gonna be high tech Maid today. チキンかわいい。あとチキンかわいい。Okay. Very nice to see everyone here. Okay, no distractions, Klara. It's a focus time. Okay. 山ハグしてるそうなんですよ。This is the radical for 9. 9ですね。Used for 9, used for 丸 used for research. Thank you. Hi. Okay. This is the radical for gun. Radical for a gun. This looks a lot like a gun pointing to the right side. You have a handle on the left and the barrel pointing to the right. Imagine it hanging in a case on the wall in a museum. Huh, I can kind of see that. Okay, radical for a gun. Just using like a lot of top parts. So this, this radical for a gun. It's like the top part of toshi, like 毎日の前、海の上の部分ね。This is a radical for gun. Okay, I can kind of see that. It does kind of look like a gun. Okay. The next radical is the radical for sun. ですね。お日様の。Since there are no circles in Japanese characters, sometimes rectangles or squares have to make do. In this case, this big rectangle is the sun. The middle line is a cloud moving across the sun. Picture it, but don't actually look at the sun and burn your eyes. That's right, masters. Please don't stare at the sun for a prolonged period of time. Don't hurt your eyes. Remember to look at green. There's a lot of green in this room for that reason too. Okay. Okay, the sun radical. これ日なんですね。日曜日の日の漢字なんですね。The top part of early, the bottom part of 100. はい。Okay. The next radical is a toe. What the There's radical for a toe, you know, like a toe, your feet toe is also just like it looks like the hirakana to ですね。This radical kind of looks like a toe. It has a weird toe coming off the side of it. ひらがなじゃカタカナ。すいません。そうですね。Okay. Whenever you see this, just think of a toe. Okay. Just think of feet. Is basically what you're telling me to do right now. Just think of feet. Is what you're telling me to do. I feel like this one might be easy to remember. Just think of feet, basically. Think of feet. Okay, I'm gonna remember this. ふむふむ。でね、下の部分。はいはいはい。外の右の部分ですね。It's like the bottom part of the kanji for 下 and the right side of the kanji for 外 outside. Okay. Next, it's just a stick. It's one line. This is a stick. Sticking straight up. It even looks like a stick. Okay, that's true. I'm not gonna argue against that. Okay. 利きの右と左を混ぜて左って言いましたクララ。右ね。右の部分で声の上のいやー音の真ん中のはい。That's a stick. Okay. Alright, what's next? It's quiz time. Okay, this is the radical for a gun. Hi, this is radical for sun. A sun with a cloud moving across the middle. This is the radical for 9. It looks like NI if you really squint your eyes. This is the radical for a stick. That's right, it's a stick. And this is the radical for lo and behold, toe. It's feet. There we go. The items you have just finished quizzing on have been moved to your review queue, and it looks like you have completed all your lessons. Congrats! Okay. You finished everything in your lessons pile. Now you just have to wait for reviews. Do them when they're available, and you'll be unlocking kanji in a few days. Waiting isn't fun, but it's important for developing strong memories. That's actually really important. That's why taking proper breaks, studying and going to sleep, it's apparently a really good way to remember things. I know we more often than not have the habit of just cramming all of the knowledge we have the last minute, but it's actually better to get enough sleep. I know a lot coming from Klara Charmwood. It's actually a lot better to get enough sleep. I'm not gonna hit the final weight, but I'm studying more today. I'm gonna do more. Mada desu. Mada desu. Alright. Can I do more radicals? Your reviews to unlock more lessons. There are no more reviews. I want to do more. Let me do more radicals. Levels 0, 1 to 10. Okay, we've done 25 all the radicals we've done so far, masters, my ladies, they have all been level 1. Okay, so there were 25 radicals in level 1, right? There are 60 levels. So for anyone who wants to study Japanese, this is like a little glimpse of what it's gonna look like. Baby steps, Klara, baby steps, level 1 Maid! Level 1 Maid! Okay, well, you know what? We're gonna do level 2 today as well. Level 2 has 33 radicals. So they're not all just like 25. 33, 27, 36, 28, 20. No, that's lesser. Well, okay, that's lesser. Oh, it gets, does it get better? No, because they all look like, oh my god. 今までね、ラディカル25個覚えましたけれど、これはね、レベル1。 ちなみに日本語についてね、このラディカルなんですけれど、漢字のいろんな部分を勉強しておりますけれど、クララ今レベル1を25個覚えてクリアして、レベル60までなんですよね。レベル60までなんですね。日本語って難しいんですね。Do you all think I'll ever get to kanji? Maybe if this does seem like something I'll have to do like every day. Maybe I will do that. This every day if I'm on like the treadmill or something when I go to the gym, maybe this is what I'm gonna be doing. ちょっとジム行くときさ、ウォーミングアップとしてよくトレッドミル使ってるんですけど、クララは。それでね、トレッドミル使ってるときにも日本語の勉強するわ、クララ。Chill productive stream, yeah. I think we have been pretty productive. Alright, let'sレベル2行きたいんですけど、どうやってよいしょよいしょ。Alright, now it's about how I navigate the app. I'm back in 45 minutes. No! No, I want to study more! Let me study level 2 of all of the radicals. よいしょよいしょ。But I see. They're kind of split into... So in all of level 1... So they do it in a way where you study level 1 radicals, and then you study level 1 kanji, and then you study level 1 vocabulary. Hi. I see, I see. That's very nice. Just that for my memory, they're not letting me do the next stage yet. They want me to wait 45 minutes, and that's not what we're here to do. Or too much studying in one day is also different, but I don't think we studied very much at all yet. クララ今日のレッスン終わったらしくて、もう続きはあと45分くらいだって。Clara needs to study. Clara wants to study. I look at another app right now just so I can keep studying. Is that like considered as cheating on this app? They're gatekeeping me. Yeah, they are. 本当に無理っちょ? You finish everything in your lessons file. Now you just have to wait for reviews, do them when they're available, and you'll be unlocking kanji in a few days. Waiting isn't fun, but it's important for developing strong memories. It's underlined. It's underlined. Come back in 43 minutes and 37 seconds. そんなそう、クララまだまだいけますよ、クララは。I can keep going, please. ちょっとワニ先生、私はまだいけます。ワニカリ先生。This is very unfortunate. It's a little unfortunate, but you know what? Okay, what if we look back on things? Let's see. Recent mistakes from the past 24 hours. Give them some extra love. We don't have any recent mistakes. Maybe I should really make it a habit to be using this every day. Sensei, please, we want to learn more. We're logging in. That's right, Sensei. Alright. Well, you know, it is like 5 more minutes. I'm gonna do something real quick. I'll be right back, Master Smiles. ちょっとね。ちょっと待ってください。はい。Tadaima. I got my cat. Now this is now it's just a bit more relaxation for me. 今うちの姫持ってます。姫ぐるぐるして。He's sniffing the mic. あったかい。猫。世界お帰りなさい。ただいまです。わあ、うちの姫、今姫を抱っこしております、クララは。Oh, she does lick my face. かわいい。姫最高。He's actually purring a lot, but I don't think you can hear it. くるくるくるしてるんですけど、多分マイクに聞こえないかもしれません、これは。You're so cute. He's very interested in the chicken on screen right now. Oh, she doesn't want hugs anymore. Oh, no. The princess has gone off to do her royal duty. And that means, yeah, she's hungry. She went to get food. She went to get food. I was hoping we could, you know, have at least 5 minutes of the princess, but yeah, 2 minutes. Okay, let's see. クララはまだ勉強したいんで。Okay. よいしょよいしょ。はい。Looking for other. I have a lot of other different apps that I've downloaded because more often than not, I always tell myself that, hey, Laura, you're gonna log in and actually study Japanese. Do I ever do that? Well, as you can tell from this stream, that hasn't really happened very often, but but at least, you know, we're starting up somewhere. Oh no, did I delete all of my other apps because now I have Wanikani Sensei with me? やばい。ワニカニ先生がいるからもう他のアプリを消しちゃったかも。くらら。漢字を勉強するアプリ全部 Did I get rid of all of them? そんな待って。I think, hold on. There is another app that I've been a little interested in. Is this the one where they give you like stories to read in Japanese? Hi. Ah, it is. There's another app that's known as Satori Reader that was actually recommended to me by another friend. And mind you, she's like really good at Japanese. She's like really good at it. So basically what this app does is that they give you you have a library of articles that you can read in the language you want to study in. Yeah. Articles written by native speakers for intermediate students organized into interesting series such as news, stories, dialogues, and stuff like that. Maybe I should use this. Time to just pull out paper and start writing kanji. I also have a Anki. Anki is this app where it's basically flashcards. I think flashcards are actually a really good way of studying as well. But I have not gone in my Anki Apuri in so long that I think they periodically get rid of decks that you don't use for a long time. And so, yeah. Anki is good. It really is. Like the few times I've tried to study kanji and, it's never really stuck with me, I did use Anki a few times. Did I manage to do it for more than like a day or two? We don't talk about that. But anyway, it's break time. Welcome back, Master Smileys. How was your productivity time? Was it productive? I have an Anki deck that I've been using to study for a long time. That's very nice. I think Anki is a very, very good app for studying as well. Do you happen to make the deck yourself, or is it one of the available decks online? They're very kindly shared by other people who have, tried their best to study the language as well. Textbooks are more effective. IMO, not tough. Well, I feel like it really depends on what exactly you want to accomplish in, whatever you're studying right now. If it's just memorizing kanji, I do think that probably using flashcards like Anki and stuff would be better. If you want to have like a very strong foundation, then maybe textbooks or what I'm doing right now. I do want to read kanji better, and that's why I'm starting from like the basic foundations of like radicals, basically the building components of kanji, and being able to recognize each radical as it is would make it easier for me to actually read and understand kanji too. So I think it really depends on what exactly your goal is and whatever you're studying at the moment. I do think textbooks are good for overall explanations and stuff, but if you want more like short term fast, well, not really short term, I wouldn't say short term, but like focusing on just one thing and just that thing, like in the case of, for example, like using Anki just for kanji, I do think other methods might be better rather than looking through a whole textbook and stuff. It also depends because if we're just talking about languages, this is me just talking about a Japanese language. But if you're studying like, other subjects like chemistry and biology or something, you should probably use a textbook. So I think it really depends. And at the end of the day, it also kind of depends on just yourself, your study method as well. Personally, I do think that Anki is good for memorizing. Writing out kanji is actually pretty good too. But if you want like, kospa, what would you like time kospa? I would think that using decks like Anki would actually help out. Learning how to write kanji has been really helpful because I can use a handwriting input on my phone to look up any kanji I don't know. Yeah, actually, that's what I do more often than not. For whenever I see like a kanji I don't know, so I can't really type it out with Romaji, right? I just actually use on Google Translate. Google Translate, they actually do have a handwriting feature, and I just use that to write whatever kanji is there. More often than not, you are able to find. I don't think I've ever had a situation where I wasn't able to look up the kanji that I didn't recognize. Yeah, I usually use Anki mostly for word association. Yeah, precisely. I do think that it really depends. There's no like definitive like this way of studying is better than the other, as I've mentioned. I do think it's more so what your goal is, what you're studying, and just yourself as a person, your studying method. On a serious side, I was troubleshooting my tablet and I managed to set up my headphones properly. The stream sounds much better. Now that's good to know. Thank you, thank you. It makes me happy to hear that the stream sounds actually decent. I do still have, my AC going on very loudly in the background so that Klara Charmwood the maid can keep warm. But hopefully it's not too loud. And yeah, so there's a lot of things when it comes to studying. I think at the end of the day, you should find what methods suits your needs and your studying style the most as it is. Okay, sure. Alright, can you look at the canvas at your back? Sure. Also, masters, my ladies, it's time to be productive. That's right, we need to lock in. We have to lock in, okay? That's very important. Okay, sure. And what's everyone up to right now? Okay, sure. Farming in Azure Lane. That's important. もぐもぐしてる人いるんですけれどえランチタイムの人もいるんですけどクララの分は What about Clara? What about Clara's lunch? It's like 12:30 and I'm hungry too. Sociology homework. Good luck with your homework, I saw. Alright. Okay. The sound gate actually works great. I can't hear any noise in the background at all. That's really nice. It's kind of crazy because I actually turned off my compressor as well. My EQ compressor that I've had on for forever. My whole streaming career. I actually turned it off and I think maybe that does help in, making it sound a tiny bit better. This is our last lock-in for the day. Yes, it is. Alright, and for this, since Wanikani-sensei is like, Klara, stop studying. You need to rest so your brain can memorize. I am gonna make an account for Satori Rida right now so I can read some articles in my own time as well. よいしょ。ワニカニ先生に怒られちゃっていうか、休憩も大事ですって言われちゃって、でないと脳が覚えられないよって言われちゃったので、今別のアプリ使わせていただきます。別のアプリ使わせていただきます。はい。はい。よいしょ。Okay. よいしょ。Or I'm trying to lock in by making an account on stream. Okay. Where's my verification email? I want to start reading articles. よいしょよいしょ。どこですか？あ、スパムに入ってた。It was in my spams. Alright. いますか？よいしょ。Okay. Access from the cloud is needed. Content view is retained for quick offline access next time. Okay. よいしょ。では、読みに行きますか、クララ。Time for me to log in and attempt to read. Attempt to reading is one of the things I'm probably worse at. I feel really bad because more often than not, and we do have a lot of JP Kochamas here, more often than not, like maybe 30% of the time, because everyone's really, really nice and uses simple Japanese with me. But 30% of the time, there are some kanji that I just can't read, and I end up just kind of skimming over it, and I feel really, really bad. And that's why we're gonna change for the better. Hi. Okay. Let's see. 何がいいかな ?Okay. Something that looks interesting. なんかホラー的な何かあるのかなホラー的なホラー的な話とかあるのかなコナの大冒険っていう話があります。There's an article or like a story called Kona's Big Adventure. And Kona's a cute little cat. Okay, you know what? We don't have to read horror. But I'm gonna read the story about Kona-san. Kona の大冒険っていうストーリー読ませていただきます。はい、ありがとうございます。Kona's Big Adventure. The world can be a big place for a small black cat. Kona is the master of his domain, the comfortable home he shares with Ken, Natsumi, and his fellow feline Mocha. Kona to Mocha kawaii yo. Everyone, a grazing deer offers Kona the chance to explore the wide world beyond his yard. He can't pass up the opportunity, but has he bitten off more than he can chew? A thrilling adventure told in 45 episodes. There's like a Kona's Adventure 2, by the way. 読もう Oh. Wait, this is really cool. So for the app that I'm using right now, the one I mentioned, Satori Reader ですね。Satori Reader. They have full articles or in this case stories that are actually voice acted. Hi. This article is narrated in a conversational style, featuring incomplete sentences, order reversals, and colloquialisms. Can I read it without voice? Sound effects. よいしょ。はい。ちょっと見てみますか。That's good. If there's any apps that are good that I think, like I can recommend, then I'll mention them. So one of them is the one I mentioned before as well. Wanikani. That's a really, really good app for studying Japanese from what I've looked through. And from our little quick 50-minute grind session on radicals, I think it was really good. Hi. これってさ、振り仮名。There's 振り仮名。振り仮名入ってる That's amazing. So they have 振り仮名 and they also have voice acting and sound effects as well. すごい。はいはいはい。うおー、すごいですよ、これ。You can also adjust your 振り仮名 so it's they show 振り仮名 for all of the kanji or just 振り仮名 for kanji that's according to my knowledge. I do not know how you can, customize that as much yet. I'm assuming it's something that you just, and kind of feeds it into the app along the way as you study. But yeah. すごい。Standard spelling 振り仮名 for all the kanji so far. ふむ。まあですね、すごく便利。だってもうクラ最初のところね。Just the first sentence, I can't even read the kanji. 僕の何人はでかい人間が2人と茶色の猫が1匹だ。僕のJust from guessing, I think it's 同居人僕の同居人かな僕の同居人はでかい人間が2人と茶色の猫が1匹だ。I could just turn on the 振り仮名 and check. そうですね。同居人ですね。Yeah, that's basically how I survive with reading Japanese is whatever words I can read, I just fill up the gap with whatever vocabulary I know. It's like, これなんじゃないかなって いう感じでよくね、日本語を読んでおります、クララ。例えば、同居人ね、このね、真ん中の、今日の漢字、クララ知らないんですよ。読み方わかんなかったんですよ。うん。でも、単語的に、聞いたことある単語ない同居人。だからこれ多分同居人なんじゃないかなっていう感じで、クララは日本語を読んでおりますよ、大体。ちゃんと勉強してないからこうなってるんですよ。By the way, Clara, is it okay to start learning Japanese with Romaji for a beginner, or is it better to start with Hiragana? Hi! Well, this is a little bit of a tricky question because I do think as you are studying Japanese, you definitely have to study Hiragana, and in a way, you are a guy. You're kind of gonna be studying the Romaji as well, in a sense, because like just phonetically, how they sound as well. Like if you're studying, a I U E O for Hiragana, right? Basically, the Romaji is what it sounds like too. A is just like A, I is just I, U is just U, and E is E, and O is there just O. So I feel like it's something that comes hand in hand rather than like, picking one over the other. I feel like it's more so something that you kind of, as you study one, you kind of do study the other as well. So it's more so that something that comes together as a set. Basically start with both, got it. Yeah, if you're studying hiragana, you're basically studying the romaji as well. But I do think hiragana is, yeah, memorizing hiragana would be a good place to start for practicing Japanese. Like the basics of the basics. And with that, you can actually kind of start reading quite a bit. Hiragana, katakana. Hiragana, katakana, kanji ね。とりあえず、ひらがなを勉強してから、多分、そこからの勉強がスムーズになります。多分。I think there are quite a few coachamas here who have probably studied the language too. So if any of you all have tips for our other masters and ladies or other coachamas just starting out too, feel free to just mention them inside the chat as well, OK。コナさんのこの大冒険読ませていただきますね。はい。OK。ふむふむ。いや、いいね、このアプリ。あとでも、ガールフレンドね、友達にお礼を言わないと。多分、2年前くらいおすすめられてきたアプリなんだけど。I think my friend, she actually recommended this app to me like 2 years ago, and I finally opened it. So it might be a bit late to say thank you, but I'll mention. She's probably gonna be like, Clara, you didn't touch it at all. But like, yeah, I mean, I'm touching it now, the app. ね、ごめんよ、友人よ、すまんね、ごめんね、クララがちゃんと勉強するって言ったけど勉強してないのごめんね。今勉強してますよ、友人よ。よいしょ。モカとコナ。猫はモカだ。モカは僕よりかなり大きな猫だ。この家にいた時は僕とモカが同じ大きさだった。けれど、この3年の間にモカは僕の2倍になった。That's so かわいい。日をくれたけれど、僕の名前はコニャ。僕の同居人たちは、ハワイというところが、ハワイというところが大好きで、そこのコナという町の名前を僕をつけたらしい。そうなんですね。This is one of the very basic stories out there. So surprisingly, I am able to read a bit, and yeah, that's nice. 僕はそんなところに行ったこともなかったから、なんだよそれ 僕と関係ないんじゃないか、にゃー。なんだよそれ。僕と関係ないんじゃないか、にゃーって書いてる。かわいい。と、I don't know this 漢字。半何した半何だろこれ。I actually don't know this 漢字。これ、反論した反論したOkay, well, I'll look through this chapter or article again after with furigana. But for now, I think it's まあ結論の論なのかな反論したでも小さい方の人間、夏美が、この子の眠ってる姿がハワイ島の火山はね知ってるベーシックで、火山はね知ってるよみたいなキッズみたいなことを言うんだねクララはThis is so embarrassing. I was like, I know this, and it's like the basics of like 漢字。火山はね、クララ火山の漢字読めれますよ。読めれるよ、火山。そう、それ反論ですよね。反論合ってますか反論いいっしょ。ハワイ島の火山の黒いわかんないそっくり黒い何かにそっくりと言って名付けてしまったらしい。そう、僕はかっこいい黒猫だ。かわいい。Wait, this story is actually really, really cute. Okay. では、振り仮名で Let me actually turn on 振り仮名from none to all and read through this again. はい、僕の同居人はでかい人間が2人と茶色の猫が1匹だ。人間の名前は、ケンと夏美。茶色の猫はモカだ。モカは僕よりかなり大きな猫だ。この家に来た時は僕とモカは同じ大きさだった。けれどこの3年の間にモカは僕の2倍になった。見遅れたけど僕の名前はコナ。僕の同居人たちは、ハワイ島というところが大好きで、そこのコナという町の名前を僕につけたらしい。僕はそんなところに行ったこともなかったからなんだよそれ僕と関係ないんじゃないかにゃんと反論した。反論ですね。でも小さい方の人間夏美が、この子の眠ってる姿がハワイ島の火山の黒い溶岩 is マグマ溶岩 is マグマ溶岩 is マグマ反論です。嬉しい。反論なんです。嬉しい。だいたいね、クララ漢字読めないときにいつもね、ゲッシングゲームしてるんですよ。ラバね、ラバ。はい。溶岩にそっくりと言って、名付けてしまったらしい。そう、僕はかっこいい黒猫だ。いいでかわいい。Honestly, yeah, I think this would be a really good reading practice too for anyone who kind of has already learned a basic hiragana, katakana, and just like the most basics of kanji as well. Having the furigana on top actually really does help with reading. Because yeah, at the end of the day, if you've already memorized hiragana, then you can read all of the furigana. That basically means you can read the kanji there, as long as they have the furigana there. But this is a really bad habit that I realized from our Animal Crossing. playthroughs from Animal Crossing. What I did in Animal Crossing was, I played it in Japanese because I wanted to practice my reading, right? But more often than not, I would just look at the furigana and not look at the kanji properly. So I feel like it didn't work out as well as I wanted to. And I did lose a save file once I bought my new Switch and I messed up the transfer. But, that's for a different story. That's a different story. But, yeah, I do think it's a bit of a double-edged sword if you do use furigana for studying. Because you might end up being too overly reliant on it. So if you ever do decide to read anything and it has furigana in that sense, manga as well, right? Manga in Japanese. But if you them have furigana, it makes it a lot easier to read. Try not to be too overly reliant on just the furigana because at the end of the day, if you want to improve your reading and recognizing your ability to recognize kanji, you have to make sure you associate that reading with how the kanji looks like itself and less so of just the furigana that's there to guide you. So you just have to make sure, that you don't be overly reliant on furigana whenever you are reading anything that does have it. I'll go touch grass favorite. Thanks for the stream flight. Thank you for dropping by. I hope you were able to have a productive time and so. Yeah, I'm just kind of yapping, but this is what I have kind of noticed here and there in my few years of actually trying to speak and use the Japanese language. And it's been like almost 2 years since I've started streaming, and I've been practicing my Japanese as much as I can. And that's just some of the few advice. Yeah, some advice that I have on my end. Obviously, it's going to be different from people, but yeah, I did tend to see myself have, a bit more trouble trying to associate the kanji with the reading because I was just reading the furigana without looking at the kanji. So for anyone doing that, make sure you not be too overly reliant on furigana. It's very convenient, but sometimes the convenience makes your brain a bit lazy. Conan no Daiboku, kawaii ne. I'm gonna favorite this. I'm gonna read more of this. Okay, so only 3 minutes, but I think I can read one more chapter. Conan introduces us to his roommate Mocha. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? Loading. はい。コナの大冒険第2話。モカの名前はコーヒー豆の色と似てるからモカとつけられたらしい。同居人の人間たちはコーヒーが大好きだ。モカは同居人のI know what this means. It's like I know what this means. It's like your favorite food. 大好物。多分大好物ですね。I'm very confident in that one. 自分の名前のこれわかんない。自由の言うと未来の来って何ですか？漢字一緒にしたら自由の言うと未来の来って何ですか？これ。I don't know this kanji. Not that familiar with kanji, but furigana kind of act like English transcription. It's like furigana's it's hiragana, katakana written above words to tell you the pronunciation. Yeah, so it's basically like the hiragana. So as I mentioned, if you studied hiragana before, like the little basic alphabet to Japanese, right? That is actually the furigana is actually written in hiragana to help you with reading the kanji and helping pronounce it, actually reading it. But I myself tend to overly rely on that so much that the kanji doesn't absorb into my head. But yeah, yurai. 由来って何ですか？自分の名前の由来だと喜んでいた。由来って何ですか皆様？こんくらい来てくれてありがとう。Origin. I've actually never heard of this one before. 初めて。Word origin. ありがとう。知らなかったクララ。自分の名前の由来だと喜んでいた。何しろモカは、食べるのが大好きだ。私みたい。食べて跳ねて起きてはまた食べては寝るの寝てね。はい。起きてはまた食べている。待って、クララじゃん。このモカちゃんクララじゃん。It's already ended, but it's okay. I'm gonna finish this one chapter. 僕は遊ぶのが大好きだけど、モカは遊ぶことにはもうあんまり興味がないようだ。何度かモカのこれなんだろう機嫌かな。モカの機嫌の良さそうな時に一緒に遊ぼうとしてみた。でもシャーと言われた。聞かれて終わった。でもシャーと言われて引かれて終わった。モカは遊ぶことが嫌いになったんだろうか。wait, that's sad. なんて、モカは遊ぶことが嫌いになったんだろうか。こんなさ。それとも僕のことが嫌い、そんな僕のことが嫌いなんだろうか。こんな No! そんな違うよ。モカはね、こんなのこと嫌いじゃないよ。そんな。振り仮名オンしてまたね。変えて読んでみますね。モカの名前はコーヒー豆の色と似てるからモカと付けられたらしい。同居人の人間たちはコーヒーが大好きだ。モカは同居人の大好物が自分の名前の由来だと喜んでいた。何しろモカは、食べるのが大好きだ。食べて跳ねて、起きてはまた食べている。僕は遊ぶのが大好きだけど、モカは遊ぶことにはもうあんまり興味がないようだ。何度かモカの、機嫌の良さそうな時に一緒に遊ぼうとしてみた。でもシャーと言われて引っかかれて終わった。モカは遊ぶことが嫌いになったんだろうか。それと僕のことが嫌いなんだろうか。No! I didn't. That was so sad and for what? Basically, the story that chapter 2. Now, chapter 2 of Kona's Big Adventure was basically Kona-san introducing the other cat of the household, Moka-san. And Kona-san, he was saying like, I love to play. And but Moka doesn't really seem interested in playing anymore. But in times where Moka, seems to be in a good mood, I've tried inviting them to play with me. However, they just reply with a sha, and it just ends there. As Moka started to dislike playing, or is it me that Moka dislikes? And that's so sad. Kona-san, そんな違うよ。モカはね、まだ読んでいないからわかんないけど、なんてことだ。Hey, but you know what? Hey, I think we had a pretty productive stream today. I got all of my 25 radicals done, so much to the point that Wanikani sensei was like, Klara, stop, let your brain rest and memorize. And we found another app that seems to be actually really good at helping with reading practice as well. So I might try to do more of those off stream too. Maybe I don't know if I will commit to them every day. The ideal life, right, is I wake up, I work out, and I prepare for stream, and then I take some time to study. But the reality is, Klara doesn't really sleep, barely wakes up on time for stream, does more work for stream preparation and more recording behind the scenes, streams, tries to sleep, can't sleep, and it's like a repeat. So I'm gonna have to find somewhere to squeeze in the studying time. We'll see how it works. Sleep more. I am trying to. I just haven't been able to fall asleep recently. It's not even that. No, I've been working so much that I don't sleep. The past few days have been more so of I have been trying to sleep, but I have not been able to fall asleep. but it's okay. I do think that we were at least pretty productive on the stream. Yeah, I know it's a bit more, quiet, chilled. Well, I guess it really isn't a quiet. I feel like I've been yapping the entire stream. I feel like I still have been yapping the entire stream, but it's not as exciting as when we're playing games or anything like that. But I still hope that this kind of stream is nice once in a while. It does help me actually, spend time studying. And since I'm not always, screaming or crying when I'm playing games, not that I scream that often. Well, I do, just not in horror games. It does actually kind of help me, just rest my throat as well. It's a nice, relaxing stream too. Thank you. That makes me happy to hear. I think it's kind of nice to be able to, just sit here and try to be productive with kojimas as well. Pretty chill and relaxing. Thanks for stream. Thank you all for being here. I hope that any kojimas, masters, and ladies, any of you all who were, trying to be productive, trying to study, do work, grind your games, any of them. I hope, it was a productive stream for you. That's why I got to lock in. Also, eat your lunch. I am gonna eat lunch. In fact, I'm not even gonna wait for there's a break timer to end and I'm gonna go get food. Okay, but anyways, for tonight, all I did was kind of study radicals and read a bit. So I don't know how helpful it's gonna be for tonight's stream, but we are gonna be having a JP Zatsu. We're gonna be having a Japanese Zatsudan tonight, where Manasan wants me to talk about like recent point moments, and I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a short stream because there really aren't that many. There really aren't that many, so it's probably gonna be a short stream. But I'm gonna try out streaming vertically for once this time. Let's see how it goes. I spent a few hours yesterday setting this stream up to, so hopefully it looks good. Hopefully it's comfy. 今晩の21時はなんとですね、日本語雑談やりたいと思います。はい。で、今回ちょっといつもと違う感じで、バーティカル配信ね、なんか YouTube ショーツとかによく流れてくる系の配信に、ね、やってみたいと思いますになりますね。はい。Tune in to listen with my little JP noise kanban. Thank you. I will try my best to. クララも頑張らないといけないね、これは。Thanks for stream. I really locked in studying and the stream was really cozy. Thank you. That makes me happy to hear. I know that probably, streams like this aren't everyone's cup of tea. I do hope that I can do them sometimes here and there. And this little time slot where, everyone's kind of working or it's nighttime for our non-JP koichamas. So I hope, it's something that can be helpful for both me and for all of you masters and ladies out there too. Thank you for the thank you too. Otsukura, thank you for having me. Thank you for dropping by. Okay, well then I will actually end stream here because I'm hungry. クラお腹空いてきたんで、そうです。もうこうちゃまずね、入ってるご飯食べてるご飯作ってるクラの分はないよって言ってるこうちゃまずいるから、クラも今からすっごい美味しいの食べるからね、こうちゃまず分なし。And people people in here were like, yeah, we're having food, but we don't have Clara's share, so I'm gonna eat really yummy food, and then there's no share for Kochimas as well. コーチマズ分なしね。クラ一人で美味しいもの食べるからね。一人で。もぐもぐ今めっちゃ美味しい。まだ食べてないけどね。まだ食べてない。Okay, alright, let's probably end stream and I'll see you all again tonight for the JP Zatsu. では、また今晩ご愛しましょう。Thank you all for studying with me. I feel like it was really productive. ありがとうね。一緒にね、作業、勉強、ランチしてくれて。I'll see you all tonight then. では、また今晩ご愛しましょう。お疲れ様。バイバイ。以上。